Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of Morning Thoughts. Today is February 8th. I am who I am, and of course, you are who you are. And so we're just going to wait a couple of minutes to build up some audience here. And we're going to jump right in. A lot of things are happening today. This weather is insane. They're saying 60 degrees today and 5 to 10 inches of snow potentially tomorrow in the New York tri-state area. Okie dokie. So yesterday I came across a quote that said, "The pain that you're going through today will one day be your warm-up." And that got me thinking about, the comfort zones that human beings usually find themselves in, right? And now, in order for us to understand what a comfort zone is, I would like to define it. And a comfort zone is a mindset. It's basically a set of self-limiting beliefs that we create for ourselves. And, people find themselves in one of two comfort zones. It's either mental or physical. So, why do we do that? Because it's comfortable for us. We get comfortable within a particular parameter of our life, and we just go with it. Many people do not know how to identify or push through these beliefs. And so what they do is they become content. They become laid back in their life, and they no longer push themselves forward. So take the physical comfort zone for a second, because it is, hey Mario, it is easier to talk about, it's easier to change your physical comfort zone than it is to change your mental, right? So anyone that's ever been to a gym knows that a good trainer will consistently push you forward. They'll push you through any obstacle you have. If an athlete, or you have talked to an athlete, or you have ever seen an interview with an athlete, there's always a question that someone asks them, what makes them successful? And what makes them successful is their ability to recognize the boundaries of their comfort zone, their physical comfort zone, and push themselves through it, right? That obstacle, that glass ceiling, so to speak, right? So any comfort zone that you find yourself in, whether it's physical or mental, has a spectrum. So on the left side of the spectrum, you have, the unsatisfactory feeling, right? So if you don't get what you expect, you start feeling uncomfortable because it's not satisfying you. And then on completely the opposite, good morning, Albert, completely the opposite, on the right side of the spectrum, you have that virtual boundary, that when you start reaching it, when you start approaching that boundary, that fear of uncertainty starts to set in, or it could set in, and once again makes you feel uncomfortable. So you go to the gym, you want to lose some weight, and again, I'm only giving this as an example because there's a handful of topics that we all can relate to, and this would be one of them. You go to the gym, you want to lose some weight, and you do the same routine over and over and over again, right? And then your body gets used to it. You develop a physical comfort zone for your body. So what do you need to do? You need to change things up. You need to push yourself through. So if today you did 10 reps, tomorrow you need to do 11. And then the day after you need to do 11. You need to gradually increase your load, your weight, your repetitions, right? You need to push yourself forward, constantly. Work through it, right? Push yourself through it. Why? Because nothing great has ever been achieved by anyone in the history of the world from their comfort zone. Nothing great. Okay, you need to continuously push yourself forward, right? Add the weight, add the repetition, get up earlier, do the things that challenge you. Okay, mentally, we have the same sort of comfort zones. Okay, we fall into that trap of of the daily minutia, and we stop pushing ourselves forward, we stop growing, we stop challenging ourselves, and then 10 years later you find yourself doing exactly the same job that is boring as hell. You're no longer satisfied, and you're surrounded by people that are constantly complaining, and you find yourself being one of them, right? There's no satisfaction in what you do, and that's because you don't push yourself, you don't grow, you become complacent, right? So what do you do? How do you rectify this problem? Well, first of all, you need to recognize that there is a problem, there is an issue, right? And how do you do that? As soon as you become comfortable with what you do on a daily basis, that's your first cue, okay? Once you become comfortable with what you do, now notice I didn't say happy, I said comfortable, okay? There's a difference. If you become comfortable with what you do on a daily basis, it's time for you to introduce a challenge, right? Read a book, learn a new language, okay? Stretch yourself mentally. Continue to challenge your mind. Otherwise, you become complacent. Now, we are surrounded by opportunities, okay? And I'm going to emphasize the word opportunities, to see negativity around us, okay? The difference between surrounding yourself with negativity and having the opportunity to see negativity is that it's a matter of perspective. How do you see the world, right? If you see the world as a negative place to be in, then you will fall into a group of people that will be content with what they have, because negativity is what they love. They would prefer to complain about their situation, but they will never do anything about changing it. They're constant. It's the old comfort zone. It's dependable. I will do what I do on a daily basis, and when it does not work out the way I want it to work out, because I believe in this, someday magic will happen for me, right? Then I will blame someone or something for those things not coming true for me. It's the old comfort zone. Because if they push themselves forward, if they push themselves beyond their mental limitation that they created for themselves, that means they have to take accountability. And many of the folks that you know do not want to do that. They don't want to take the account. They don't want to have the accountability. So they become comfortable. They create this mental comfort zone, right? And we all know those people. We all know the folks that stay complacent. They stay content with what they have, and when things don't work out, they blame others, right? So the way that I would recommend you change this is, it's like building a house. What do you do first when you build a house? Obviously, you have to lay a solid foundation, okay? Develop a different routine for yourself in the morning, okay? Start your day with something positive. Affirmations, a prayer of thanks, always works for me. Okay? A prayer of thanks. You get up in the morning, I get up in the morning, and the first thing that I do is I do not check my phone. I do not check my messages. I do not check social media. That comes after. Okay? The first thing that I do is, I talk to God. That's what works for me. You can find something different that works for you. But I talk to God. I don't ask for anything. I just say thank you for every single thing that is in my life. Things that make me who I am. Okay? Every single cell of my body that makes me who I am, because I'm here for a reason, and so are you. Okay? You are here for a reason. You're not here to settle. You're here to constantly push yourself forward, to learn, to grow, right? To remember. And the way to do that is not to ask for anything, but be grateful for what you already have. Okay? Be grateful for what you already have, because there are so many wonderful things that are in your life today. Wonderful people, wonderful opportunities. Learn to recognize them, right? And, what comes out of your mouth comes into your life. You attract not what you want, but what you are. And if you're thankful, if you're energetic, if you are, recognize yourself as this amazing person that you are, you will attract more into your life, right? So start by a prayer of thanks. Create your own. Be thankful for whatever it is that you seek into your life, and imagine that it's already there for you. Okay. The next thing is, I have a list of affirmations that work for me. I tell myself, how powerful, how great, how creative I am, and all the things that I do on a daily basis. I'm not here to force my beliefs on you, but I'm here to share what works for me. Great teachers don't force their students to learn the way they teach. They give them opportunities, tools, and wisdom so they can learn on their own. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm sharing with you, right? And Mario says, be yourselves and walk alone without fear. That's true too. Leave fear behind. If God didn't want you to have the things that you have, you wouldn't have them. So everything has an intent behind it. Okay? Those things work for me. I create a list of affirmations. I say those things out loud. I tell myself those things. And you know what? I try to learn one new thing on a daily basis. A thing that will push me beyond my comfort zone. Okay? Something that's new to me. Maybe doing the same thing that I'm doing, but in a different way, using a different method. Learning a new word, a new language, expanding your vocabulary, looking around at what other industry leaders do in the industry that you're in. Maybe learning a new language, maybe, making a new friend. If you're into social media, the same thing that you post on a daily basis, you can find a way to improve that, to increase that. If you're into fitness, try pushing yourself forward by adding some weights or doing some repetition. Get up earlier in the morning. Push yourself to get up like half hour earlier. And maybe if you do want to lose some weight, but you can't find the time to get into the gym, get up half hour earlier and just walk around the block. And you know what? If you can make one lap around the block, I tell you what, you can do 2. And once you can do 2, you can do 3. And once you can do 3, well, you understand. You can do 4, 5, and 6, right? Push yourself forward. If you're into sales, if you find yourself that, your best record is selling something within an hour, challenge yourself to do it in 45 minutes and then in 30 and so on and so forth. Never stop pushing yourself. Your comfort zone is what you define it to be. That's all it is. It's a set of self-limiting beliefs about you. And you are not limited, with the exception of the beliefs that you have about yourself in your mind. Okay? Now, if you think that someone in your life can benefit from this, share the video. Like it, post it, go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/GG Inspires. Sharing is caring. Until next time, have a great day.